welcome to another reading journal video. In today's video, I want to do my fall TBR, and if you've seen my TBRs, you'll know that I include more than just books I want to read. I still call them my TBR spreads, but I'm going to include hobbies that I want to do in fall. I'm going to include video games I want to play, shows I want to watch, movies, and that kind of thing. So I have my chai I made over here with a splash of maple syrup and milk. And let's light my candle and we'll get started. With that lit, I first wanted to show you some washi tapes that I was sent by the Washi Tape Shop. So I opened a few already, but let me get them out. They were so lovely and sent me several rolls to try. And if you know me, I love the Washi Tape Shop's pre-cut pet tape rolls and just their pet tape and washi tape in general. And they sent me all of these rolls. I already opened a few because I couldn't wait, but I thought we could open the other ones on camera. So first one we can open is this set of, it looks like 3, and here's the little preview. It's called Doodle and Vine Washi Tape Sticker Set. Sounds like it'll be sticker rolls. Okay, so here we have them, and I love the washi tape look. It's a lot softer. The pet tapes are great for layering with their clear background, but the washi tape is like the white background and a softer look. Instead of kind of smooth and plasticky, it is like paper, which I'm sure if you're familiar with washi tapes and pet tapes, you already know that. But I do like having a variety, and these look really pretty. Let's unroll. Guys, my candle the wick keeps having excess, soot kind of stuff on it, and it pops when I light it, and it's gotten on my journal, which is kind of a bummer, but oh well. Okay, so this first roll looks like this. A lot of delicate little stickers, and they're all pre-cut frames and floral elements. These would be great for bullet journaling. They'd be great for my reading journal or my diary style traveler's notebook. There's that one. The next one is this one. They're larger elements that match the other roll, obviously because they're from the same set. But I love how they look hand-drawn, a little like sketchy. These flowers are really pretty, and I love the vases as well. These are really pretty. And the last one in that set, let's look at it. So this one is really cool. This would be great for layering. It has different patterned elements that you could make little like collages with. I definitely think I'll use this in my traveler's notebook. If you watch my videos with my traveler's notebook, I have a couple different inserts, and one of them I do little collages and things, so this would be really useful for that. That's really pretty. I just ordered from the Washi Tape Shop myself not too long ago and got that floral washi tape and the butterfly set, and I love those as well. So I was so excited when I got this package and saw how many rolls were inside, because I love using these in my journals. Okay, this one I should have shown you first, sorry. This is the little preview image. It looks like 2 bunnies rowing a boat, and it's called Pre-Cut Moon Festival Wide Pet Tape. Ooh, I love the colors on this. I also love anything having to do with the moon, so this looks really cute. Oh my gosh, look at the little dog. There's squirrels. Oh, these are adorable. They're making moon cakes. Wow, okay, this is really cute. I love the mixture of landscape elements and then like the little individual small pieces. And some are more autumnal over here. They could be used for any autumn scene. And then these ones are moon related. I wish I had a moon festival near me. These look so cute. Wow, look how long it goes on for. Oh wow, look at that dragon. More lanterns, and then, okay, so, oh no, it still hasn't repeated. Okay, there it repeats. There's the little dog at the beginning. Wow. Okay, I'll show this, how long it is. Still going, still going. And there, wow. This one's very cute. I can't wait to use this one a lot in my traveler's notebook weekly plus memo insert. I think this will be really nice to use for my autumn memory spreads. That's so cute. Okay, and then the ones I already opened, I'm saving for last. Next, I want to show you this one with the black cat and it's called Pre-Cut Mystic Meow Wide Pet Tape. This one I was looking at on their website and almost got it, but now I'm glad I didn't because it was sent to me. Ooh, okay, I see some spooky elements, so this might be a good one for a Halloween spread. I love autumn so much. I'm planning on doing more spreads than just my typical books I read each month. I'm planning on doing maybe like a Halloween specific spread, things like that. Wow. Okay, so this one has a lot of purples and oranges and yeah, spiders and the black cat, of course. I love the cat elements and the spider webs and the bats. Yeah, this one will be perfect for Halloween. Ooh, and the mushroom. I love the mushroom. There's some pumpkins. Love this cat and its eyes. Another bat. Wow, this one goes on for a long time too. And then there it repeats right there, so I'll show you. Wow, yeah, that's super long. Definitely use this for a Halloween spread. I want to do as many autumn spreads as I can because I just love the colors. And when I think of books, I often think of fall. So I just really want to take advantage of my reading journal in the autumn months and do as many as possible. Okay, so all of those sets, all of these washi tapes are available on the Washi Tape Shop website right now, but these ones come out on September 23rd, and that's the same day this video comes out. So hopefully when you're watching this video, these sets are already out, but I am happy to show them to you. This is the pre-cut Autumn Spice Wide Pet Tape. So this one's pre-cut as well, and it's less Halloween and more just fall with the oranges and the cinnamon and a lot of flower elements. It looks like everything I would want to decorate my house with. Some oranges again. I love that wreath. Yeah, this is really beautiful. And again, these ones are great for layering. So the first frame said pumpkin, and let's see if we can find that again on the roll. There it is. So yeah, look how long it is. Super long. So I hope to use this one maybe today. Then we have Autumn Hues Wide Pet Tape, also pre-cut. This one's called Autumn Hues, and I'll link them each below. Wow, so I love this big floral piece, and it has pumpkins and other gourds. Has some text on here. Yeah, these are really pretty. I love this set of 3 pumpkins right there. There's Autumn Hues. Yeah, and then it repeats. So again, these don't repeat for a really long time, so you can get a lot of different stickers off of these without having to use repeats. And then this one is called Pre-Cut Harvested Bloom Wide Pet Tape. So Harvested Bloom has more reds on it, and it goes really well with that Autumn Spice one. Yeah, these are so pretty. Yeah, I love the look of the florals, how they look kind of watercolor. They have a nice, like, gentle feel to them. Wow. So, like I said, these 3 should release on September 23rd, and hopefully that's the day this video comes out, but I will make sure to link them below. And I wanted to say thank you to the Washi Tape Shop for sending me these washi tapes and for supporting my channel. It means a lot to me, and I'm excited to get to use all of these beautiful tapes. So let's move some aside and figure out which ones we want to use for my autumn TBR. I printed off a lot of things because I usually do my most reading in fall. So in summer, I think I did about 12 books on my spread. This one, I really liked my summer spread and how it turned out, so I want to do something similar. But I did 1 Dutch door on my summer spread, and for fall, I'm thinking of doing 2 because I tend to read the most in fall. So let's move my tea and actually have a sip. And now let's cut out the Dutch doors first, and then I'll round the corners. Okay, 1 cut. Now the next one. Okay, and there's the second one cut. And now we can round the corners. Cut. There we go. Okay, now with those cut, we can lay out how I want the spread to look. I want to reference my summer one real quick because I pretty much want to recreate this. Okay, so I thought we could start by laying out my books to see how much room they take up. I have a bunch of books because, like I said, I do my most reading in the fall, and I picked pretty specific books in hopes to be able to read as many of these as I can. I did that by picking some shorter books, either shorter classics or I have a few graphic novels, and as well as a few middle grade books that will hopefully be easier to read, like just quicker reads. And I probably won't make it through all of these, but I have some like stretch goal books on here just in case I do read a lot of them. So first, I have The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as one of my classics. I have Wuthering Heights as one of my classics. I have The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. That's like, you know, maybe not like as old of a classic, but it's kind of a classic in the mystery world. I have The Picture of Dorian Gray as one of my classics. I put this on another TBR, but I hope to get to it this time. Then for something a little bit lighter and more contemporary, I have Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood, which is like a cute witch romance kind of book, I believe. I have a middle grade book, The Midnight Post and the Postbox Clock by my friend Sarah Dean. She wrote this book and I'm very excited, and illustrated it, and I'm very excited to read it. I have Wildwood by, I actually don't know the author of this and it's pretty small, Colin Meloy and Carson Ellis. I have Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. I have A Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, which I read her other book for fall. I'm blanking on the name of it, but it's something with crows in the name. I'll insert the name on the screen. And then I have a graphic novel called Monstrous, which I have several volumes all bound together in one big book. And I was reading this time last year, and I didn't make it through all the way, so my goal is to make it through. My bound book has, I think, 16 or 18 volumes in it, so I want to get through that. This graphic novel called Garlic and the Vampire by Brie Paulson, very cute. And A Harvest of Hearts by Andrea Eames. I believe this is like a romance, but like a fantasy romance maybe. I don't know much about all of them. But then I have a book that I forgot that I own, called An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. I've heard good things about this one. I have Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Men. I actually can't read the name on here. I know she's pretty popular. Sorry guys, I can't read that, but hopefully if you've heard of these books, you know the author. Again, I can put it on the screen. And A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I have the second, this is really not very autumn related. I mean, I haven't read it, so maybe it will be, but this is the second book in the Red Rising series, which I really want to make progress on. So I added it as kind of an extra if I can get to it. Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. I have a poetry book. So again, might be a quicker read, but hopefully we'll have a lot of good inspiration for autumn, called Upstream by Mary Oliver. And then this is a reread from last year that had a lot of great autumn ambiance. A Dark and Secret Magic by Wallace Kinney. I listened to this on audiobook, so I don't own it, but I might just get it from the library again on audiobook. I really liked it. So those are all of the many books I hope to make it through this autumn. I thought we could start by laying them out. And I'm thinking for my summer TBR, I took up this page. I added this little flap in hopes that maybe we can put like a October specific list over here. So maybe the spookier books will go on this little flap. I usually read about 4 books a month, but by picking some shorter books and by listening to books on audio, I'm hoping to make it through as many of these as I can. And like I said, some are graphic novels, some are middle grade. So I think we have a good mixture. 1 poetry book. Let's put the classics at the top and see if we can organize them by kind of like look or feel a little bit. Maybe spookier ones. I don't know if Stalking Jack the Ripper will be very dark. Not sure, but maybe put those 3 together. Murder mystery type of things, some middle grade, and this. I believe Garlic and the Vampire is technically middle grade. I found it in the middle grade section at a bookstore, so that would make sense. And then, are these bigger? How did I fit these? Okay, so I just realized that I made all of these too big. I must have not followed my correct template, so I will save all of these for my book spreads when I complete each book, so I can still use these book covers, but I'm going to go print new ones that are smaller to fit on this TBR. Okay, I'm back and I have my correctly sized book covers now, which should fit a lot better. Those were my standard size, and here is what my TBR size looks like. Okay, so let's put classics at the top And then we're going to put ones that just sound kind of like they're fall, set in the fall and very like ambient. We'll put over here and make them their own row. Let's see. Sorcery of Thorns, Harvest of Hearts, and A Discovery of Witches can all go together maybe. And then the middle grade Midnight Post, Garlic and the Vampire, and Wildwood can all go together. And then that leaves me, we could put a couple over here, and these could become my ones to read in October. This page could be my October specific, because this will be for all the fall that I want to read these, and then maybe October specific I might want to read Don't Let the Forest In, so maybe we'll move that. Monstrous is very kind of like spooky. Golden Sun, we'll just put that over here for now. And then definitely A Dark and Secret Magic. I want to reread around Halloween, and then Rewitched probably is like a good October one. And Education and Malice is probably good for October. And then what's one we could swap? Because this Upstream by Mary Oliver, I'll probably read sooner. Maybe I'm thinking Garlic and the Vampire maybe. So there's something kind of like lighter if these get too spooky, or The Murder of Roger Ackroyd could be a good October specific read. I'm going to put Garlic and the Vampire over here just in case by October maybe I'll need some quicker reads. Garlic and the Vampire is pretty short. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, I'm going to move my October ones because they're just going to fall down here. And I think I want to use these two, this one with the pumpkins and the gourds, and the cinnamon or like spice one it was called, and make like a frame. First I'm going to box in my areas because that's what I did previously and I liked that a lot. So I have my micron. Okay, there we go. There are my pages double lined to make a frame. And now what I think I want to do is the inside of this I didn't line yet. I'm thinking maybe I will do, like on my summer spread, I'll do books, hobbies, games, movies listed out. And then in the inside, I'll do a little mini like October specific TBR, if that makes sense. So instead of putting it on the back of this, I think I'll do it in here. And so maybe I'll line around the edge of this like it's a hole as opposed to two panels. So let me line that real quick. Okay, there we go. Now that I decided I want to do the inside for more like October, I'm thinking that we could do the darker flowers in the middle with maybe some of like the spiders and cats from this roll too. We'll see. I'll probably do a whole Halloween spread, so it doesn't need to be necessarily like Halloween theme. I think I'll do Halloween for October specifically, but it could be like darker, kind of moodier, if that makes sense. So I've got some brown paper and I want to, I'm going to cut this paper into a strip about there, just marking it. Okay, to warm it up, I think I will add this brown paper, but first I want to put down some of my book covers so that I make sure I'm giving them like enough room. And my glue sticks kind of all got dried out, so we're going to do my Tombow permanent adhesive. Oh my gosh, I just ran out of this. I'm going to switch to this for now. Last time I did one row of dots in between the top two rows and the bottom two, and this time I forgot, so I have a little gap down here, but that's okay. I think I'm going to possibly put some of the florals down there and also put this paper piece on the side. Put some of these over top. I'm thinking of putting these elements in the corners. Thinking of putting this one down here and cutting off any excess. And then I'll probably mostly cover it up with the book covers, but I want to put this large one down here. And again, I'll cover it up mostly, but I think it'll still add a nice element. And then we'll put this book over top and this one over here. We'll put those there, and then some of these florals on the other corner. Here's a little acorn. There's acorns and leaves on this roll that I can put in between the books. Okay, let's put these book covers down. And maybe a pumpkin, and I want this floral piece. And this one. And then I want to see if I can maybe cut through some of these tapes and peel them up to make a clean edge. There, to make a clean edge on some of them, so it's like a little less full looking. Like I like this leaf hanging off at the top and the bottom maybe, but I think I will cut some of them. Okay, and then there's a few like little pumpkins and things that we can add around. This flower I think I'll put over here. And then this little pumpkin I'm going to layer with this flower over here. Okay, and before I finish that side, I want to start this side just to make sure everything's like going together. I'm erasing a little bit of pencil where I marked off where to cut my Dutch door. It like smudged over here. And then this soot thing, I guess that just keeps happening when I use this candle. Okay, I want to stamp Fall or Autumn TBR on some squares, but I want them to have kind of like ripped edges. Okay, and now I think the word autumn is like a little bit prettier kind of, so maybe we'll spell out autumn. Okay, let's see how many pieces I have. I guess we'll have to see if autumn fits. Fall might fit better. Fall TBR. Maybe that'll look good. Okay, I think that will look good. And now I'm going to put more of the pet tape pieces up here and down here before I place these down. I want to use this pumpkin one for sure, and these bigger florals. So first I'm going to put the florals, and I'm going to put the pumpkin piece on top just to make sure you can see it. This big pumpkin piece with the 3 pumpkins I want in the center, so let's peel that, the center of the bottom. There we go. And then I want to do a bunch up here, but I want to cut them so that it's like a bit cleaner. So at the bottom, the flowers will be spilling over the lines, and then at the top it'll be like cut to stay within the box to hopefully give the whole thing a more put together look. Oh, and there's this pumpkin one too. That's cute too. Okay, first to make this easier to cut through before I layer this other piece on, I'm going to cut through what's already there so it doesn't get too thick. There we go. And then some of the pieces I cut off, I will use to layer in here and make it look like a little more full. And then this is the final one I want to put over here. I don't want this leaf to fully cover that flower, so I'm going to cut this one a bit. There we go. And now my papers fell off and I have all these extra pieces on my back of my hand. I didn't know if I wanted to use them. And now it could say Fall TBR, and maybe I would put like a pumpkin like behind one square a little bit, like that. I like that, and then maybe one more over here, something like a flower. I like this little gourd, maybe over there. Okay, let's stamp our letters on here. Okay, now let's tape these down. There we go. I love that. And now I'm going to use these strips to stamp out, I'm going to do books, hobbies, games, and movies. So I'm going to stamp these with each of those titles. Games. Games and movies, and then books and hobbies. There we go. I like that. And I'm just going to do this simple washi that's plaid as a background because I think the colors go. I'm going to do 2 rows of it. And books list is usually the longest, so I will just put this one first. And for hobbies, I just have a couple things that I'm looking to do this fall. I mean, at least a couple things that I really want to make sure I do. Okay. There's books. I don't necessarily have to list them all out because I have the covers, but this just lets me have a place to check them off, and it's nice to see them all listed. Let's start writing some of them in here. Okay, now I'm going to put hobbies below that. Okay, the excess over here of the stickers hanging off is distracting me, so let's cut those. If you haven't noticed, my method is kind of to work on everything at once a little bit so that I know that I like how it's looking. So sometimes I don't cut things, the excess off right away while I sit with it for a little bit. That's better. For hobbies, I want to do some rug hooking this fall. Rug hooking is like with a punch needle, and you can make whole rugs with this process, but I saw these little coasters and things, and making a whole rug takes a lot of wool and a lot of, therefore, money and time and all of that. So I want to make little coasters or maybe like a book sleeve out of wool or another yarn. I have wool right now, so I might just use that, and I might make like a book sleeve. So I want to do that, and I want to make delicious drink, like a pumpkin chai or something. Maybe I saw like a pecan chai. And then I also put this loaf of pumpkin bread because I made a really good pumpkin cake once, pumpkin olive oil cake, and I want to recreate that or maybe make it as a loaf. So I have all of these little images. They might not all fit. I can always put the loaf on another page and just know that it represents a hobby. Okay, let's tape those down. I'll put baking something pumpkin. I'll put fall drinks. I also make a good cider that I might make again this fall. I'm sure I will at some point. And then rug hooking project. And then obviously the rest of my time will probably be doing my other hobbies that are already on here, like gaming or reading or watching a show or something. And I always have room I can write something else. That looks really cute. Now let's do this side with games and movies. We'll do games up here. And for games I want to play, I have Moonstone Island again. I had this on my summer, but I never got around to playing it. I've played this before, but they have a new update that's coming out soon where you can customize your character. So I thought I might start over or just get back into my old file. In this game, you collect little creatures kind of like Pokemon, but they're called spirits. And you can farm and explore different islands in the sky, and it's very fun. So that's Moonstone Island. Another one I want to play is Hogwarts Legacy. This is a picture from it where you can see the castle. This game is just so pretty. I just like to literally play it and walk around. I've started a new file and I haven't played much. My other file, I beat the game, but I still have more to do, honestly. But I just want to play it and walk around for the ambiance, especially in fall. So I'm going to try to get to the part of the game where it's fall and then honestly not progress the game anymore because the season will change. I just want it to be fall. So yeah, I definitely want to play Hogwarts Legacy. I sometimes put on Ambient music. A lot of people capture stills from the video game and play the video game music along with it, and I'll play that in the background, like on my TV while I clean or on my computer while I work, and it's very peaceful and very beautiful, so I highly recommend doing that. Another game I want to play is called Bloomtown, A Different Story, and this is a creature collection game as well that I've heard people like if they like Moonstone Island, but it's a little spookier. It's compared to Stranger Things, like where you're a young kid with a group of friends and you start to realize some weird things are going on in the little town you live in. I don't know much more than that, but it's on sale for like $12, I believe, so I thought I would list those three and then put these pictures down. Let's write the games in. I might play other ones, but I thought I'd keep it simple. And I highly recommend, if you make lists like this, put things that you already own. A lot of these books I already own, as well as the games. I own 2 of those games already, so it could just be nice so that like you can romanticize the season without having to spend necessarily a lot of money. I'm very blessed to own a lot of these books, but the ones I don't, I will just get on from the library or something. Bloomtown. It's called Bloomtown, A Different Story, but I'm just going to shorten it. Okay, and then last we have movies. I have a couple movies and I have a couple TV shows. I kind of want to rewatch some things like Gilmore Girls, The Vampire Diaries, and Over the Garden Wall. Over the Garden Wall is an animated short series by Cartoon Network, so I could probably rewatch that whole thing. But Vampire Diaries is, I don't know how many seasons, and Gilmore Girls is a lot of seasons. So I'll probably just rewatch one season of each, maybe. I'll have to figure that out. For movies, I have Little Women, which I've seen before, but I want to rewatch it, and Practical Magic time ago, but I don't remember it very well at all, so I definitely want to watch those. And all of the pictures might not fit, but I'm thinking I'll put some in the middle mini spread with the October books, and those will be for October specifically. Well, first let's do the header. Might have to cover up the Hogwarts a bit, but I think that would be okay. Okay, let's put Gilmore Girls and Little Women, and I'm sure something else could probably fit if I didn't put these, or I could print them smaller. Let's just put the Gilmore Girls picture here. A little bit crooked, looks cute. And then I can list other things over here. I want to rewatch some of the Harry Potter movies, and then let's put a few little stickers around. Okay, and now let's cut off this excess over here that I never cut off. There we go. Sorry, I didn't realize my journal was still not in the frame very well. Hopefully it was okay. Now, I think this looks really good. I'm really pleased with this. Now let's do a little mini October, like spooky edition. You know what I'm saying? Like that was all the cozy stuff, and now let's put a little bit of the spooky stuff in here. And the things I want to fit on this spread are these books. This one's really not very dark at all, so maybe just for visual sakes we'll put something else there. Who knows? I think it's fine. I mean, it definitely stands out. These are all dark and kind of go together funnily enough, but that's okay. If it's like an eyesore at the end of it, I can always just put a different book cover over top. I don't think it really matters. I want it to represent the books I actually want to read, so I think it'll be fine. And then Practical Magic, Over the Garden Wall, Vampire Diaries down there, and the pumpkin bread. Instead of redoing my titles for this little mini spread, I think we'll just put it all around and we'll put like one header that says October. There's those letters. I'm gonna kind of mark off where I think some things will go with a pencil, just so I leave room, because I think I'm going to do the stickers first and then the title over top, and then I'll put all the images. And we have this red washi tape we can use, and I think that's what I'll focus on, is the reds, so that it's pretty significantly different looking than the rest of the spread. Now I'm going to cut along the frame like I did on the cover page. Okay, with that cut all along the frame, I'm just going to cut this with scissors because I want it to hang over into the white edge a little bit. Okay, there we go. Everything's cleaned up a bit, and now we can put the October header over here. And I think I will just start with I'll do it a little like wobbly. Better spell it right, there we go. A little wobbly like that. I might scooch it up a little bit just because I need this space. There's the title, and now let's see where the shows and things can fit in. Definitely want to put book covers over here, even if they cover the florals, that's okay. I just wanted them in the background. I'm gonna tuck this under here a little bit. Shows and hobbies can be over here. Everything else is so straight. I don't know if I should put these like, kind of like them a little like crooked. Is that weird? I forgot Little Women is not particularly for October, it's just for fall. So I'm just gonna cover that with over the garden wall. That's what I meant to put there. And I think that looks good. Okay, and for finishing touches, I want to take the one with the purple flowers and the cats, and I want to add some of the bats around, I think, just to be like a little bit, I don't know about the spiders for this one. I'll do a spider on more of a Halloween one, but maybe, or just the cats, I guess. Could be cute. I was thinking maybe like a spider web or a bat. Let's try it. Let's do a spider web over here where you can see it against the white and kind of on the October. That's cute. And then a bat over here in the middle by Vampire Diaries. There we go. And let's just put the little black cat because he's cute over here. And then maybe one more bat or spider web. Should we do one pumpkin? Why not? Okay, I really like the spider web. So let's put another one over here. And then we won't go too crazy with the pumpkins for now, since we'll save those for Halloween. And then there's a big bat right here. I thought could go like right there. Pretty much covers the Vampire Diaries, but that's fine. We know what it says. There we go. And there we have my inner spread. And I think this is so cute. This is one of my favorite spreads I've ever done, I think. I just want to add something here and like right here. There's a couple small ones, small like little guys that I think I will place around. There is my finished fall TBR spread, and now I'll show you it up close. The cover. The right-hand side. And the middle. And there we have it. This is one of my favorite spreads I've ever done, I think. I just really love how it turned out. It might be because I just love fall so much. But thank you guys so much for watching. Comment and let me know what you plan to do this autumn, what books are on your TBR, and if we have any of the same ones. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!